trees of Indianapolis are location tonight, framed against the beautiful nighttime sky. Kevin, yeah, before we...
Well, guys, we know when you talk about dedication, Chris Paul is among the greatest. Now, he says, I have a scary passion for basketball. I study it. I watch it all day.
Tremendously competitive with great attention to detail, David. Thanks. C-Web, the guard matchup tonight. Plenty of firepower in both backcourts.
This is a guards league now. Maybe the greatest accumulation of guards of all time when you think about what guards and their impact is in this league. And that's what fans love to see. That's what I love to see. Sharp shooting, creative passing, more than a few highlights, the Euro step, breaking ankles, speeding up, the shimmy. Give me all of it. I'll take it.
Let's do it. Here's the starting group for Houston. At the 4, it's Melo with Capella playing in the middle. The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. And it's Tucker in at the small forward. Here's Paul. There's a good screen. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, and if you're playing in line Chris Paul, you better have your hands ready. If you're open, he'll find you, or you're going to get hit in the head.
Turner with a screen on Paul. Paul against Oladipo. Here's Turner, and it's Turner finishing it off.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Harden sets the pick for Paul. Harden outside to the paint, and the dunk by Capella.
Man, he's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to shed a rock.
Young, a screen on Paul. Off the screen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Well, Kevin, the Western Conference Finals. I mean, the Rockets had the Warriors right where they wanted them. But due to the injury of Chris Paul, I mean, they helped open the door for the Dubs, but you got to play who's in front of you, and they won the last 2 games to take the series.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Count it.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
And Oladipo kicks to Turner. Outside Collison. Turner with a screen for Collison. Just 5 on the clock. Taken away by Anthony. Harden outside. Hits the 3-point bomb. Harden's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
Yeah, for sure. This is a team that feels like they should never be swept in the season series by anyone, but especially when it comes to one of the heavy hitters from the other conference.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Chris Paul. Collison against Harden. Outside Collison. It's Oladipo on the wing. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition teams. The Pacers in fifth.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
6 to shoot. Oladipo, the pass to Turner. Shoots over Capella.
When Capella enters your peripheral, it's intimidating. He's good at throwing off shooters.
Harden kicks to Anthony. Pass to Capella. And it's sent back by Turner. And he gets it back. Green. Here's Anthony. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pacers trail by 7. Oladipo outside. Feeds it to Turner. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Turner's got his second bucket of the night.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Oladipo against Harden. Outside, Green. His three-pointers off the mark. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Oladipo. Rebounded by Capella. Rockets leading by 5.
And Clint Capella, born in Switzerland, his mother immigrating from the Congo. Growing up poor, Clint lived in a welfare orphanage from age 6 up to 13. I mean, those were tough times, but he said it helped prepare him for where he is now. I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
Collison against Harden. Collison, no good. The Rockets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Back to Anthony. Unloads. And the shot is long. And Chris, when growing up, Capella lived in 2 different group homes. He said the first one taught him life skills. And he said the second one motivated him to get out of there.
He compared it to living in a prison. He desperately wanted to return home. Can you imagine that? So he worked to be, in his words, perfect from his studies to his conduct, all while fighting off bullies. After 1 year, he returned home, but he continues to pursue perfection in his craft to this day.
But he stays with it.
And the massive wingspan of Capella, I mean, excels at using it to gobble up misses at a high rate.
There's the pick. Oladipo right side. In the corner, it's Brewer. Back to Oladipo. Shoots the 3. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's his first foul. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And Houston calls their first time out of the game. So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. 40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Sabonis against Nene. And the layup's good off the glass.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Pacers trail by 9. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Evans against Gordon. Passes it to Joseph. And taken away by Paul. Joseph, that's good. Joseph's got his first 2 points of the night. And here is Paul. Outside Gordon. From deep. And so it's the Houston Rockets, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. Chris Paul talks about the matchups he faces at the point.
The toughest position in the NBA night.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what do you think?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter, that's what's given them the advantage.
Well, it does a couple of things. It gives you more opportunities, but it also sets a tone. They're the more physical, the more dominant team right now.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Pacers, Joseph at point, and he teams up with Evans in the backcourt. Sabonis is out there with Leaf, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. Here's a screen by Chris. Here's Ennis, and Ennis slams it in.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Yeah, guys, and his teammates love it. Got to get him a few big pats on the back.
With the shot. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Evans has got 5 points so far.
Oh, clever at capitalizing from inside. Give Evans this type of positioning, he's going to score.
And they double up Gordon. This season, right now in the beginning stages, but some teams, Chris, already exceeding expectations. How do they keep that momentum? How do they keep things rolling along in that way?
You have to do that in the locker room in practice. You have to make sure that you stick to the coach's rules and roles. And you have to remember your success was built and predicated upon doing it the right way. And so how do you make sure you keep that focus? You pay attention to details, and especially the little things, and stick with the basics.
Good stuff. Sabonis with the bucket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Paul passes to Nene. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Nene is out of Brazil, a quality player for whom injuries have always been a constraining factor.
Yeah, and that's one reason you like him in that reserve role, controlling his minutes, keeping him fresh, because he's a difference maker on the floor at both ends.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. The Rockets also changing it up. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Chris. P.J. Tucker comes in for James Ennis. And James Harden subbed in for Gordon. Oladipo against Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Excellent use of the screen that time.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Harden with it. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
This is Harden's specialty. He's a wizard at getting contact, finding a way to finish.
For the Rockets, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene, and it's Gerald Green in for Paul. James Harden, the league leader in free throws made for 5 of the last 6 seasons, and he came in a close second that other season.
Yeah, I mean, about a third of his points come at the line. He's made an art of creating contact. You really think about it. Some would even say tricking the officials from time to time.
Screen by Capella. Collison against Green. And Green slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Turner with a screen on Green. Oladipo against Green. And Oladipo kicks to Brewer. Back to Oladipo. From past the arc. No good on that one. Great D that time from Green. Launches it. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Now Collison. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And they're pushing it up. And it's Green with the jam.
Well, Kevin, how about the quick hands of Harden? They're easily coming up with the steal thanks to his activity.
And the Pacers call time here.
And if James Harden has one signature move, it's got to be his step-back jumper. Something he's worked on for years, like the sky hook or Nowitzki's fadeaway. It's becoming one of those iconic, unstoppable shots.
Where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for Indiana.
And the three-point shot above the break has become a popular shot in the league, but not for them tonight. They're passing that one up and just trying to get their offense from closer to the hoop.
And here we go. And the shot is good. And now a 7-point Rocket lead.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now ending the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Sabonis, the pass to Evans. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Evans has got 7 points in the game. And Chris, you look at Harden's step back, there's a real different rhythm to it, isn't there?
I mean, he covers a lot of ground with that gather step. I mean, some fans even wonder if it's travel. But I guess it's legal. Tremendous footwork crafted over countless reps in the gym.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Saturday, they'll start out on the road and play the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And for the matchup with the Jazz, I think they know how important it is to see how they measure up against the cream of the crop in the West. I'm looking for them to approach it like this is a playoff matchup.
Sabonis, no good. Rockets leading by 7. Now here's Harden. 8 points for him. Timeout called, the Rockets. Nene, the pass to Paul. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Paul's got the lead up to 9 now for the Rockets.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Sabonis kicks to Joseph. Back to Sabonis. Here's Bogdanovich. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
And so it's Houston, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. A good size advantage, and they'll...
Carmelo, you got some real numbers off the bench in the first.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a 9-point lead. And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue.
And that wraps up the half.
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. The second half just about to get going here. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and some of it is based on how the defense is playing you. He didn't force things. Instead, he rewarded his teammates.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Marquise Chris is out there with Ennis. Then it's Nene in at the 5 spot. Paul passes to Chris. That'll go on McDermott. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Nene. Banked in off the glass. Nene's got the lead back up to 9 now for Houston.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Evans passes to Sabonis. Joseph against Paul. 5 to shoot. Here's Evans, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Chris, you and I love guys with a great handle, and they can finish with either hand. I know you've got a couple guys who you think do it better than most.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, right,
He's
exactly.
one of the best finishers that I've seen. Oh, my goodness, the way he can finger roll you with his left hand and throw it up so high that rain will come down with it and finishing off of both legs. You have to look at a guy like Harden as well, the way he finishes. How about LeBron James? As strong as he is, it seems like he just kind of gives you a shoulder with either shoulder, bumps and waits, and then lays it up nice too. I mean, you have so many players. Curry, he's another guy that does it so well. I can keep going on and on, but those guys, don't forget about Mike Conley. He's ambidextrous. He might just shoot a jump shot with either hand, so you got to be careful when guarding these guys. Great finishers.
Good names you've mentioned.
All right, a chance to see stats for Paul. He's coming off an excellent season. Averaged 18 points per, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Yeah, impossible to check right now. When he's on a roll like this, there's not much you can do to stop him.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. 2 on the clock, and Capella sends it back.
An elite shot blocker in this game. Capella's athleticism and length allows him to stifle shooters.
Rockets leading by 8. Here is Paul. Screen by Capella. The wide open look here for Anthony. Offensive rebound. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got his second basket of the night.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
From deep. Connects from three-point range. Tucker's got 5 points now this quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
And the Rockets making a change here. Green's checked in. Collison kicks to Turner. Oladipo outside. Back to Turner. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And here's Harden. He's got 8. Over Oladipo. Again, the Rockets score.
Oh, that's a good way for Harden to keep the D off balance. Use the mid-range area.
Pacers trail by 13. Turner with a screen on Green. Oladipo dishes to Turner. The kick out to Collison. Indiana moving the ball around. Oladipo, the pass to Turner. Good work defensively by Capella.
That defense is as good as a block. I mean, what looks to be a layup turns into nothing.
Rockets leading by 13. Pass to Anthony, to the middle, and the dunk by Capella.
Oh, Capella is just fantastic at dunking it home, leaving no mistake on these kinds of chances near the hoop.
Here's Oladipo. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Anthony, the pass to Capella. Turner with the steal. Collison with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. That one good for 2.
Oh, I love to see the unselfishness from Collison. Really whips the ball over to the open man quickly.
1:57 left in the third quarter. Harden against Oladipo. Screen by Capella. They set the pick to the paint. Young with the steal. Now Brewer. Here's Oladipo. The kick out to Young. Now here's Oladipo. On the wing, Turner. It's stolen by Green. And here's Anthony for three. Rockets working now with a fresh shot clock. Capella, the pass to Green. Inside. Out to Anthony. There's the three. And the three ball is good. Anthony's got 7.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Oladipo dishes to Brewer. Turner with the screen. Brewer the pass to Turner. Stolen by Tucker. Now Green. There's the pass to Tucker. Harden outside. It's tipped. Young with the steal. Now here's Brewer. Guarded by Tucker. And Brewer kicks to Turner. Back to Brewer. Turner with the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the paint. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
And now, let's hear it for your defense.
Rockets leading by 16. Here's Paul. Outside Gordon. Takes the three. It's off. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Joseph at point, and he teams up with Evans in the backcourt. Leaf is out there with Domantas Sabonis, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Pacers 5. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Here's Paul. Nene setting the pick for Paul. Outside Gordon. Nene kicks to Ennis. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide-open 3 like that.
Pass to Sabonis. Passes it to Leaf. Good on the baseline, Jay.
You know, almost any player left that wide open is going to bury that shot. This is the league. That's poor defensive work.
Paul passes to Chris. Tries it from 9. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists in the game.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Sabonis against Nene. Sabonis with the bucket.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Chris, you had a lengthy NBA career. From what you observed, talk about the differences in how various coaches hold practices and try to teach.
You just want to keep guys motivated. You want guys to listen and then execute. And whatever you can do to get their ear, gain their trust, and then get them to go out there and execute. So if you're on a veteran team, you may have a smaller practice but with more intensity, meaning maybe you only practice an hour of live work going back and forth and scrimmaging, whereas if you're a young team, you might be able to expect 2 hours of scrimmaging every day. do the players understand the culture? Do they understand the tenets of the offense and the defense? And usually coaches coach by that need and necessity of the team as opposed to just having one structure. And so in Washington, we had 3-a-days during training camp, as opposed to Sacramento later in my career. It would be one practice because we're all old. We need to make sure that we get the most intensity out of this practice and then save our legs for the game.
Fades back. Anthony's shot is off.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
The offensive rebound. Outside Bogdanovich. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Sabonis. It's rebounded by Houston.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
And it's good, 2 points. And that's now 10 points for Tyreke Evans.
Oh, you can't give Evans any openings. Once he notices a lane, he pounces on it fast.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Leaf. Oladipo comes in for Tyreke Evans. And it's Collison in for Corey Joseph. Oladipo against Harden. Trying to find Capella, gets it to him. Unable to get that one. Pacers trail by 16. Here's Oladipo, and that one good.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Harden against Oladipo. Pass to Harden. There's the pick. He kicks to Capella. The feed to Anthony. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Oladipo, the pass to Sabonis. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist.
A player with this length and his touch from three-point range, I mean, that's just a great asset to have.
And they double up Paul. Now the pass to Harden. Anthony on the wing. Houston moving the ball around. Good on the shot. That's 10 points for Clint Capella.
Got to be more forceful than that when guarding Capella. I mean, he fends off defenders with such ease.
Poked away. And Oladipo kicks to Collison. Back to Oladipo. And they pick up 2.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Rockets leading by 13. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That'll be his second foul of the game. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Harden the pass to Capella, and it's sent back by Turner. One-on-one here, and there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. Left side, Turner, and taken away by Paul.
Well, look, he was laying in wait for that pass. I mean, lured him into his trap.
And here's Harden for 3. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss. And the wide open shot from Collison. That 3 off the mark. Houston's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Houston.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Clint Capella.
The energy he played with tonight was amazing, and it paid off the most on the glass where he dominated the rebounding stats.
And the Pacers call time here. They trail by 14. We've got 33 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole it's hard to climb out of.
And they can only blame themselves. A few missed opportunities, some miscues that they'd like to have back. It all adds up.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Free throw good. Sabonis. He doesn't get the second one. And here are the Rockets now. They led by as many as 18 points. Back to Anthony. 16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. From deep three-point range, the Pacers pull it in.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Let's not lie. He has the skills to do it. We've seen that.